guys, it's Shira. Today I'm going to talk to you about measuring. So I know there's some questions about whether you're measuring right or whatever. So you're going to want a tape measure, like a loose tape measure. And I can't find mine, so I'm using a cord, but it's going to show you the same thing. So we want to measure the three main points are going to be your bust, your waist, and your hips. So measuring isn't super fun because you're going to be picking out like the biggest parts of your body. So for your bust, you're going to want to go around and you're going to go right over your chest. So you see right like where it gets the biggest part, and you don't want to squeeze. You just want to go to where it's snug and then take that measurement there. So again, right over the biggest part of your bust, and it's going to go under your arms there. The waist, so some of us have longer torsos, some of us have shorter. So the waist is where your belly button is. So here's my belly button. And I'm going to go right over my belly button until I feel it. So I'm not going to get it snug. So your waist is not where we wear our pants. So like I wear my pants super low. That is not your waist. Your waist is right where your belly button is. So right over the belly button, and you're going to want to pull that snug. And then your hips are going to be the biggest part. So I have a really big butt. So mine goes right over where it gets big, and then I wrap it around the biggest part of my hips. So for those of us who carry our weight in our lower half, this is not going to be our favorite measurement. Again, you don't want it to be super snug, but you do want to pull it. I mean, you don't want it loose, but you see it's right over the biggest part of my butt, right where my butt sticks out. That's where I'm going to want the measuring. So sometimes if we think, oh yeah, we'll go, up here, and then, oh yeah, I lost an inch, but you definitely want to go over the biggest. And why do we do measurements? Because that tells us if we're losing fat. So this number on the scale tells us, if we're losing water, if we're losing weight, if we're losing muscle, and it's not always fat, but inches mean that you are getting smaller. And so what happens when you build muscle is you start to get smaller and get that look that you're after, that more toned and defined look. So we've got bust, waist, and hips. And then if you want to, you can do your thighs. If you're focusing on that, you don't have to. So you want to go around the biggest part of your thigh, and that's going to be about midway up the thigh. And you're going to want to just do it there. You're going to want to do right and left. And then you can also do your biceps. So if you look at my arm, here, my arm is biggest right here in the middle where my bicep is. So I can wrap this around the mid part. Again, the arms aren't a huge deal, and neither are the thighs. The main ones you want are going to be your bust, your waist, and your hips. So again, over the biggest part, and try to be consistent. I also recommend getting a pair of jeans, a pair of pants that's too tight in the waist and maybe in the hips, so that you can start to measure that and see if they fit differently. You can always tell when your clothes fit tighter or looser, and when you start to feel better, in your clothes, rather than just like putting on a big dress and thinking that's it. So biggest parts, and have fun, and I can't wait to see them. Bye.